Hey guys, Nick here. Today we're going to walk through how to convert a number to a string. So the data set we're going to be working with is this table that I have set up here with an interval column and then a weight column. So our goal today is to take this interval column that's set to a number, more specifically a double. We're going to take it and convert it to a string. You can see that this column is set to a double type or a number type by seeing this little D in the top left hand corner of the column header. Another way you can tell is by going over to the specs tab, clicking on the specs tab, and then in this window you can see the different columns and the type that they're set to. So right now interval is set to a number, specifically a double. So let's get that converted to a string. So first we'll go over to our node repository over here to the left, and we're going to type in here number and then 2, and then you'll see a list of nodes available that match number 2. We're going to say this number to string. We're going to drag and drop it onto our workflow, and this is the node that we're going to use to help us convert our column from a number to a string. So we'll connect the two nodes. Now you can see that we need to configure this number to string. It's in the yellow status, which means it's configured by default, but we have to go in and specifically make sure that it's configured as we want it, so we don't accidentally convert things from numbers to strings that we don't really want to convert. So we can configure the node by double clicking in it, and now you'll see this configuration menu, has two boxes in it. A red box that says exclude, and then a green box that says include. So this node is pretty simple in that you either tell Knime include this column and convert it from a number to a string, or exclude this column, don't convert it from a number to a string. So we know we want our interval column converted from a number to a string, so we'll leave it in this include box or the green box. But we don't want the weight column converted to a string. We want to leave the weight as a number. So we'll have to move the weight column from the green include box over to the red exclude box. And we can do that either by double clicking on the column name, like so, or by selecting the column name and using the appropriate arrows to move it to the box or the side that we want, like so. So that's all there is to configuring this node. We can just simply hit apply, hit OK, and we're ready to execute the node that will convert our number columns to string columns. So to execute the node, you can right click and hit execute, or you can have the node selected and hit F7 as a shortcut key. So we're going to hit execute, and now you can see our number to string node went from the yellow configured status to the green executed status. Now we can see the results of our node by right clicking on it and going all the way to the bottom of the list and selecting the transformed input option. So now this is our transformed data. So I'm going to zoom in to make it a bit easier to see. I'm going to adjust the row height to 32, and then I'll adjust the font size to 22. Alright, so hopefully that's easier to see. And now we can see that our interval column no longer has that D for double in the top left hand corner of the column header. It now has an S, which stands for string. Another way you can see is, like we mentioned earlier, if you go to the specs tab, click on that, and then you can look at the different columns in your data set and see what type they're set to. So now our interval is set to a string. So we've successfully converted our interval column from a number to a string. So that's all there is to it. If you guys have any questions or need anything clarified, just drop it in the comments box. Otherwise, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends that might find it useful. I'll catch you guys on the next video.